Greetings, heroes and Force users of all ages, and welcome back to Inside the Tauntaun, a podcast in the multiverse of fandom. As always, I'm Dino DeCandros, and I'm joined by my very good friends, Alyssa Simmons.
Hello.
And my acquaintance, Daniel Dawson.
What the hell?
And today we are talking episode 3 of season 2 of Loki. It's titled 1893. It was directed by Kazra Farahani, written by Eric Martin, Kazra Farahani, and Jason O'Leary. And by God, we're Marvel fans. Marvel fans. Marvel fans.
I don't know who you are or where you came from.
I am Iron Man.
I thought they smelled bad. On the outside.
Smells like a new car in here.
Inside the Tauntaun, this is our opening song. Alyssa, Daniel, Dino, talking nerd stuff, come along. Inside the Tauntaun podcast, please like and subscribe.
We're Marvel.
We're marbles.
We're Marvel.
We like marbles.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wowsy.
So, how are you
Hi.
after your stroke?
Well, maybe some of the seltzer will help.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, seltzer.
This episode is brought to you by
Brought to you by ASMR.
Do you not ever I mean, like, every time I drink Waterloo, that's the only thing I think about.
Oh, the song Waterloo.
Yeah.
Because you're
I think of the Battle of
raging
Waterloo.
Mo.
You're right! And I like Mamma Mia. Damn it.
I read somebody said
Oh, we
You
already
shouldn't
got our
like
musical reference.
you shouldn't like seltzer water because it tastes like TV static. And I thought
Such
about
a
it for a
weird
minute.
description of it.
I thought about it for a minute. It's like, it does taste like TV
Kinda,
static.
sorta.
Well, I
Flavored
like
TV
it.
static.
It's so yummy.
You know, you've heard that, well, I think it's more of a texture thing than a taste thing. Your
She
tongue,
said.
am I right, ladies? You can look at something, and you can already, like, your brain knows what, like, your tongue would feel like on it.
Uh-huh.
I said that wrong, but, like,
I mean,
it's like,
because I have
you're-
years of experience translating the grotesque nature of your mind. Yes, I know what that was.
It's like if you were to lick it, you would already have known how that would have felt without even licking it, because you're like, yeah, I know what that would have feel like. What it
Wow.
feel like,
Our tongues are so smart.
aren't they? It's just like this episode of Loki. Like, my tongue already knew what it was gonna feel like.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to react to that.
I'm trying to transition so hard.
That was seamless. Absolutely seamless.
Well,
How are you both doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
do
This
we
is
need
kind
to
of
do that?
chaotic start. Sorry,
No,
everybody. We were
yeah.
having a lot of technical problems before we even
Mostly
began.
mostly of my making.
Feeling
but,
a little loopy, but I'm good. I'm pretty good. I'm enjoying myself watching this show.
very much.
Yeah, you were absente.
I was. And,
That's Spanish for absent.
For
it
gone.
isn't,
For
Is
she
it?
gone.
No, okay.
Well, Dino, do you want to tell us what you thought of episodes 1 and 2? since
well,
you weren't
I mean,
with us?
you
And make it
both did
snappy.
a great job of exhaustively covering all of the
He didn't listen to it.
aspects. No, I didn't. No, I did.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Wow.
Oh.
Better man than me. Better man than me.
What I will say, I think my big takeaway on Loki
From our
season 2
episode.
thus far is that I wish this came before Quantum Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That'd be great.
And it was supposed to?
I
Was
don't
it?
think
What?
so. No, I
No?
don't think so. Yeah, you're so right, Dino, because if we would have had all of this, kind of multiversey, all the like branches and particularly all the He Who Remains stuff,
Yes.
it certainly would have made his role in that movie much more impactful.
Well, yeah, and really
Probably.
from the get-go, in episode 1, the sense of dread that it creates around He Who Remains, but also his variants.
Yeah.
And they're just hinting at him. You see statues, you see tapestries, you see all these little and not so little clues as to what's coming. And
Like,
I feel
he's
like
gonna
it
be
would have been
terrible. He's gonna be so scary and
it would have
spooky.
been so much more effective to have done that before his big appearance in Quantumania. And
Because he was very formidable in that film.
yeah, he was. But we also, I have to think part of the calculus for that is that Kang is not the prime Kang, and
Yeah,
we had
for sure.
kind of hinted at that idea. So maybe they didn't want to confuse people.
Prime Kang is in jail potentially sooner rather
Right.
than later. But...
Or is there the potential for Victor Timely to
Become
morph
Prime
into
Kang.
that? I mean, I don't know. It's so
Maybe.
fascinating, and
It's
so terrifying, the possibilities, and we'll talk about Victor specifically, but such a benign introduction to him, and he just he's an inventor, and he's very kind of simple man, and knowing what he could potentially turn into, and we don't know for sure, but I think that's my takeaway, because I friggin' love it. I think this is this is really good Marvel.
I'm very grateful we're back to Loki Land.
Yeah, this
Because
is really good Marvel.
Fun, mysterious, cute characters, fun banter.
Well, and they're tackling really big concepts in a digestible manner.
and in the parts that like aren't digestible, they're like like making fun of that because it is absolutely bonkers ridiculous, and they like it to the point where it sounds like they're just throwing out words and putting them together because like you're like, what did you just say to me?
Yes.
Yeah, it can be a little confusing, but in a funny, like bubbly, good way. I'm enjoying myself being confused.
Yeah, and if the multiversal concept is supposed to be what the overarching theme as the Infinity Stones were for the last saga, it's been really disjointed thus far.
Yes.
So partially by choice, partially I think not. But I think Loki is grounding us back into the larger aims of
Right.
of
Well,
where
I
everything's
think
going.
the thing,
I certainly hope so.
I think so too. I think and we've said this a lot, so this is nothing new, but just the sheer amount of things that were released in the last couple of years. Yeah, I'm like, I was thinking about it during this last episode 3, where it's like, okay, this is starting to really feel like we're like nailing down the rules of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's like, we had what the multiverse looked like in Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, and then a completely different feeling and vibe with Spider-Man.
Right.
And then a other completely different vibe with Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it's been a little kooky.
Wonky. Wonky.
Well, and then we also
And,
So it
and we're
does-
still solidifying all of the rules of the multiverse, and
Oh, yeah.
because even in this show, and granted, this is and I think they're gonna probably, God willing, explain this a little bit more going forward, because like we've now have brand new rules for time in general, because like at least things at the TVA work much differently time wise.
Yeah, we don't have any of the rules of time for the TVA. Yeah.
Yeah.
No hint of that.
And
so
and
we might not get it,
maybe,
to be honest.
That'll
It might just be
up
one of
to
those things where it's
interpretation.
like,
how important is it really?
yeah,
'Cause I think-
it's just kind of like this like pocket place that doesn't operate the same way.
Place. I feel like we talked about this, I think, in the last season about whether or not there was one TVA or if there were like, again, now that
a
the
TVA for every
multiverse is open,
single-
yeah, TVA for every like verse. And maybe that's still up for debate, but I think that
I
like
think we have the answer to that. I think there's.
I think so too.
I think the idea of the loom, the time loom, I think kind of solidifies that this is
They're
This
the
is the
one.
one and only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And now, but something is happening where, like, the time, at least for Loki, is like everything, everywhere, all at once, kind of like he's kind of
Yes.
experiencing time like back and forth, or at least in the first episode. But
Yep.
I have an important question to ask both of you.
Oh, God.
sure,
What?
Did the McDonald's ad work for you?
yes. Oh, we already talked about this.
Did you go get McDonald's?
Ad nauseum? Yeah.
Dino, did you?
No, I didn't go get McDonald's.
I did.
You
I
did.
got French fries. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
French fries and a Coke.
Yeah.
You
I-
are a shill.
Daniel and I talked about this, but we were just like,
It's like they fucking got.
they got us. They
Damn
got
it.
us.
I mean, I can see why. I just
Those idiots.
Must be a gay thing.
your words, not mine. Your words, not mine.
We're easily swayed by obvious, blatant commercialism put
Yeah.
into our programs. Sure, that tracks.
Yep.
Um, well, okay, so I guess we've all kind of said our generals then.
Yeah.
Well,
Generally.
well,
Oh,
about this episode.
This episode, I think, was probably my favorite so far.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, my,
Number three.
absolutely. And I
we're gonna talk
love
generals.
the setting for it.
Yeah, it's very fun.
It's so well done. Like,
Yeah.
I
It was
feel like
beautiful.
the production value
I was like,
has gone
yeah,
up
the
a lot.
production value is way up for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
There's a lot. More set pieces. Like a
Tons
little-
of extras. Like I
Yeah.
was like, I think we joked about it in maybe Secret Invasion
Yeah, there were a lot of
ma-
extras. At least they make it look
Or-
like there was.
or
Were.
but I mean,
At the lack of them.
yeah, at the lack of them in Secret
Well,
Invasion.
remember,
but
I
this
remember
this
Mandalorian
one,
too.
Mandalorian, that
Yes,
was what we
season
talked about.
3.
Yeah, where it was like
On
What?
Navarro, there's like 15
Navarro, there was
people
like
there,
a
and
like 10 people like scuttling away.
where is everyone?
Whoa, this is a
It's like,
small
does this
town.
really matter? Like we were going
But,
to all this ruckus. To
Yeah,
save
it looked
these, like, 12
it looked
people.
really busy and full and exactly what you would expect at the kind of, big like World's Fair exposition.
Yes.
So
And
that
it
was
was-
cool.
Yeah, I generally thought it was fun. I'm speaking generally.
Well, and
I
I
have-
like now too that they're kind of going into the fact that they went back to the 19th century and through a Kang variant are introducing these science concepts that Stark would later go on to explore, and that it would be a really neat way to tie into the very beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe by
Yeah.
having Kang variants have been there the whole time.
Well, and it is a great. I thought it was a very smart way to explain why our MCU doesn't really have like, Kang technology available. You know what I mean? Because as like when we meet this Kang, as a younger kid, we're in the sacred timeline.
Yeah.
Because it says that at the bottom of the. Thank God for that. And then later on, at the World's Fair, now that it's 25 years later, it's now been confirmed that is a branched timeline. So basically, her giving him the TVA book
Created
made
a
a
branch.
branch. Yeah. So at least in the original timeline, the sacred timeline, you could say that more than likely he just grew up to continue making candles and that was his life, you know? So we never got, like, the spooky time, like, jumping Kang the Conqueror, you know?
Yeah.
At least in our timeline. So yeah, I thought that was a fun way to make that make sense.
Yeah, and oh, I'm having a stroke now.
Oh no, not another one.
No, I had a really profound point to make.
Oh no.
Was it about time travel? Was it about...
Was it about Kang? About how much you love him? And you
It'll
feel
come back to
sorry
me.
for
Let's
the
move
bad
forward.
guy and what?
It'll come back.
It'll
to
come
me.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, it always does.
Yeah, I always love in time travel stuff where, you know, that somebody has like gone back to like plant something specific
Yes.
Yes.
so that an outcome can be changed in their favor. Like that's always like fun
Yes.
time travel stuff. So
And
I liked that a
cool.
lot.
It's you know, and it's nice that we confirmed it so fast. And when in the last season when like he got killed and he said see you soon, and like he kind of is interesting. I would like to go back and watch that last episode, you know, the finale, again to like watch his, you know, the way he sort of
Anything
played
he's
that
like
moment.
possibly hinting at or
Yeah, because
yeah.
like I just remember the moment he's just like, whoa, he's like we're past the threshold kind of thing, you know, like I don't know
what
what's gonna
happens
happen,
now
you know.
is anyone's guess.
Yeah, we'll see. But this bitch, like, clearly planned. He had like, I mean, and who knows? I guess I would love.
Well, yeah, he had like probably billions of contingency plans
Maybe that-
set
yeah.
into place, obviously, before he inevitably knew that he who remains at the end of time would be killed.
That's kind of what I was
So,
wondering too. Is like,
yeah.
it's like how many contingencies did this guy have, or
Oh, I'm
or
sure
did or
a
was he
lot.
just like super sure? He's like, oh, this Loki variant is absolutely gonna kill me, and this is the only this is the only backup plan I need because I know this will work because I'm so fucking smart.
Well, we don't particularly know how long he who remains was at the end of time
Right.
as well, you know? So
I
he
mean,
could have
I
had
think
he could
that
have had
we-
like hundreds and hundreds of years to be
there.
there.
No, we what
Did
what
we
is
get an
that?
exact number?
I'm gonna. Well, no, I just we got a word and it was eons. Eons definition.
Okay, he was there for eons.
Yes, it is a very long period of time.
Good. Specific. Thanks for Googling.
Thanks a lot, dictionary. Fucking stupid. But yeah, no, Miss Minutes mentioned them, you know, working the TVA together for eons and eons. So, I mean, like, you know, it's a very long time. But yeah, you're right. Like, who knows? Is that going to be like hundreds of years, or is that thousands of years? Is it like
Well, that's one thing that I
thousands of
think
years?
makes this character
so mysterious?
really scary.
Yeah,
Is that
right.
I mean, yes, in a lot of ways he is like a scary genius god
Yeah.
situation. But on top of that, like his brain works in a way where I mean, like I have a feeling that he had millions of contingencies set into place to make sure that he still got the outcome that he wanted. So that's like really that's scary to me.
Well, and it
I
was
have a
his
feeling that
confidence.
Dino's cat is like this too. Masha.
That Masha's got
Yeah, she
thousands
has
of
contingencies for
contingency
every
plans.
But it explains
Yes.
his confidence when Sylvie has a knife to his chest. He's like, you know, you know, go ahead.
ahead.
I'll
Yeah.
Do
as
it.
he's dying. I'll see you soon. Like it's still one of the most chilling
Yeah.
That's really scary.
moments in Marvel history. And,
So
and yet
creepy.
another reason I wish they had just continued with this thread instead of jumping straight into Quantumania. But
Well, and there's that. It's weird though, because it's like it's not like that Kang is gonna live forever because he died, you know. So like his memories. I think that's the thing is like how does he feel like he's gonna live on? Like, has he sort of like are all of his memories downloaded into Miss Minutes or like into his little temp pad that
That
Sylvie
currently
has. Is Victor Timely gonna kind of get uploaded with all of those spooky memories that he has and be like, oh my god, wait a minute, I am a villain?
I mean, yes, I think Miss Minutes being given such a prominent role probably from here on out.
She's a villain, and I'm obsessed.
Well, and the blackmail angle, she's like,
Yeah.
she says, he chose the wrong enemy to make, somebody who is a
Dang.
keeper of all the secrets, and then,
Ooh.
She's a spooky little slut.
She's a slutty little clock, isn't she?
She really is.
she just wanted a body.
She just wanted to bang Kang, for God's sake.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, I had a feeling that something like that was coming the whole
Yeah.
episode. You all probably also felt that, because anytime
were-
he was talking to Renslayer, she was just like in the background being like,
The eyeballs, yes. Like,
I was like, what's
so
going on
much
here?
side eye happening. Yeah. Very, very funny.
But that scared me when she because when they walked into his like workshop, and I was like, why does he have all those like mannequins there?
Yeah, that's a
scared
little
me.
spooky.
And then she like formed her face onto the one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't.
Yeesh.
I don't.
I
like
mean,
that.
apparently, I think that the mannequin thing, and it could be numerous things, but my guess is they, he's eventually going to invent like automatons.
Oh
Which,
yeah, sure. I mean, at this point, he's created the lengthening trousers and things like that, where it's like
right. There's a
be
lot of
using those
precursors.
things for a variety of
Yeah.
stuff.
Because he eventually creates the timekeepers,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
which are cyborgs.
Yeah.
Don't get as wet. Yeah. But Miss Minutes was a little spooky, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm not sure that she's like full blown villain,
Yeah, she just wants to love.
but like it's definitely
now you're getting
gray.
into Dino territory here, Alyssa.
I know.
Well,
Nazi
because she
apologist.
hasn't like to our knowledge, she hasn't like directly killed anybody,
It's
but it
because
wouldn't
she's a
surprise
girl.
me.
Is that what it is, Alyssa?
We don't know her gender, as I say her.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, she does
her
call
name's
herself
Miss Minutes, but I don't know. I don't know.
Some people call me Miss too, I guess.
They're a clock, okay?
Literally
They're
every
an
time.
AI
Gender
clock.
identity of artificial intelligence.
Legitimately-
9.
But I
Every
also
single
think the
time I
reason that
go-
and this is timely, Victor Timely
Whoa.
for right now. But
God.
but don't you wish you said it first?
You're right,
Don't
you're right, I
you
did.
roll your eyes at me, you little brat? But the fact that Kang gave her the ability to program herself
Yeah.
and to like do that, like I think that's like obviously really scary.
Yeah.
That he invented something so intelligent that ultimately he was able to like hand it over to them to rewrite programming and such and make their own decisions to an extent.
And inevitably, though, like the sad part about it is that, she's thinking it was like this really benevolent, like kind
Sure.
thing that he did, but more than likely, at least it's sounding like now, it was just part of his contingency plan.
Yeah. / also he was like, look at me, I made this thing so smart
Yeah. Right.
that
It's
now
like
it
a
can now it
flex.
like can do even more stuff like
It can resurrect me from
that I
the dead.
potentially can't even like think of as quickly as the
Mm-hmm.
artificial intelligence could. Yeah, so that's a scary layer
What do
to
you
add
make
on to
of-
all of the stuff here.
What do you make of Victor's just kind of ingrained personality trait that he doesn't work with anybody?
Oh, right. Yeah. So I think that there's going to be probably with a lot of the, like with all of the Kangs, I think that we're going to we're going to be exploring the nature versus nurture thing. Like, I think that we're going to probably see similarities with all of the Kangs, and we're like, that's just like the Kang trait. And I wonder if that's one of them. Like, he's just like, no, I'm a me guy. It's all me. Like, I don't care. Like, I just need to do this on my own.
Well, and in Victor's case, it obviously comes from a place of he knows he possesses gifts, and you see it pretty early on in the episode that the people want to take advantage of that. And,
right.
You can't fault him for wanting to play things close to the chest. So, like you said, Daniel, I wonder if every Kang variant has a moment like that early in their life that creates that trait.
It's like a fixed point in every single variant's origin story.
Yeah, totally. And I if we're gonna do a profile on him, like, does that make him sort of like, what do you call it, narcissistic, sociopathic kind of, where he just like doesn't have any empathy and wants to be like, am I I don't know if I'm saying that completely right, but where like this love that's going to happen with Renslayer and him, at least what they're kind of like alluding to is that they're gonna like fall in love. Like, will it really be love for him, or is it kind of just like a means to an end for him because he knows that, like, well, this is gonna give me this, and me.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's complex too. She's so power hungry.
Yeah, very interesting. She was like a teacher, right? In a school. Makes sense. They're all like that.
Because everybody knows if you want ultimate power in the world, be a teacher.
Be a school teacher.
You be an elementary school teacher.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You make the low to medium bucks.
That'll show them.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever wanted to scrape by?
Yeah.
Come on
my
down.
God. People need to pay our teachers more.
Yeah, please.
Just do that. Don't be stupid.
And then pay the actors.
Yes,
Yeah.
also that.
Then
For
that.
goodness sakes.
But speaking of actors, and we should probably stay away from the ongoing controversy surrounding said actor, but Jonathan Majors is just very good.
Yeah. I
He is
think
very
he's
good. Yep.
It's fun to see him, dig into very different parts of the same person. It's interesting. And it's a shame that that we may not see anymore, but we'll see.
Although I don't know. I
know.
We don't know what we don't know. We don't know what's true, what's not.
It is interesting that that Disney has waited this long to confirm whether or not he's in or out. You know what I mean? Like, that is interesting to me, because that's a choice. Like, to not make a choice is a choice.
Yes.
Because we've been all like banking on the fact that he would have been gone by now already. Like, they would have already like,
There was something concrete.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I am curious to
I
see
mean, we
where
saw what
the hammer falls.
happened with a certain Mandalorian actor,
Right.
and that was not,
No, that was more.
that wasn't sexual allegations.
Right.
That was
No, it
other
was-
stuff. So
Yeah, and that was immediate too.
it was. I think that it probably isn't immediate for many reasons. That's all I'll say.
You've said enough.
You've said too much. You've said too much.
Keep winning, Disney.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, so it's a very, very interesting. But yeah, I mean, also I think the I hate to say this, but like, it's also a little harder to write him out of the story.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's one of the main reasons that they
Yeah.
have essentially the next 5 years of
They've banked
properties
everything
were
on
meant
him.
to be around him.
They literally
So
banked
that's-
everything on this
yeah.
person. So I mean,
It's a
like
little
any
different
and
than the other
you know,
situation.
no offense to to what's her face, but I've already forgotten her name. That's so bad. I feel so sorry. I'm sorry.
To who?
What for the Mandalorian?
Oh, Gina Carano.
Thank you. You know, it wasn't too hard to write around that. You know.
No.
I don't think
No, this
a
is
lot of
this would
people
be
are
like
like,
writing
oh man.
Thanos out of.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, but like out of Endgame, like we just
Yeah.
like we did the first movie, and then
You did Infinity War with Josh Brolin, and then recast for
Whoa.
what the hell?
What's happening?
Maybe not quite that crazy, but yeah,
They would have
sorta.
had to take like a hard turn at that point, and then just be like, okay, we're doing multiverse now. We're doing multiverse now. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh my god, how ridiculous that would have been! My god.
So, what do we think about Renslayer and
Mm-hmm.
Miss Minutes
Yeah,
kind of agenda?
yeah. and,
At the end of this episode, and
well, it's great. Like I think in like a lot of really good stories in general, where you have like numerous bad people working like together,
Mm-hmm.
like it's
Never
so
ends
fun to be. Yeah, it never works. You always see the cracks, and like it's already starting to crumble. Because they're a little like jealousy thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I that obviously is not going to work. But I am curious though whether or not that's going to lead to them, like, you know, if the tale as old as time, where they're fighting against each other over Victor Timely's like love, but at the end they're like, wait a minute, we don't need you, yeah, and then they like
well, I know Miss
discard him.
Minutes. I know Miss Minutes for sure. Obviously, like knows that he's not the one she fell in love with.
Right. But
You
she
know?
is feeling it. I mean, like fairly fast feelings for him. Of course, I mean, I'm sure it would be like tough. Like if
I
you
mean,
were
it's
sitting next to
projection
somebody
on
that was
her
like,
on her
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
you know, if you aren't that guy, then I have to make you that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
So I'll do
Well,
whatever I
it's
can
like,
to get you back, get you to where he who remains.
I was going to use
Was
the
and
example
is.
of what's his face, Star-Lord and Gamora.
Gamora.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or at least the new Gamora. Because he was like ready to like, okay, let's pick up where we left off. I love you, and she's like,
Yeah,
what the
she's like,
fuck?
I'm not her. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not her.
Well, and
Yeah.
we've kind of reached what I think will be the central question of the rest of the season is who prevails over influencing him, and can Loki and Mobius keep him from
From going to the
walking
Gilak
down
side.
that path?
Yeah.
And then you have Sylvie in the middle, who just wants to kill every Kang variant.
But he
they're
somehow,
looking-
but he somehow convinced her.
Yeah.
He really, tugged at her heartstrings there.
Yeah.
She had a knife up to his neck,
Right.
and it was compelling. Like,
Yeah. And,
I
and
didn't do
she tells him, "Don't make
anything."
me regret this," but I have
And
a
she-
feeling
and
she's
he's-
gonna regret this.
Yeah, right.
oh,
right, yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it was said so many times in this episode by Victor that he hasn't been able to really reach his full potential living in the time
Right.
that he was in, because he didn't have the means and the technology to really do what was inside his brain. So
You know who
like
that reminds me of?
who?
Howard Stark.
Oh.
He tells Tony posthumously, "I'm limited by the technology of my time." And
Yeah.
It is
Well, yeah. I
interesting.
mean, you think about like insanely smart people in any field, and it's like they only can do.
Prostitution.
yeah, I mean, they can only work with the tools they have at the time.
God, Daniel.
You said any. You said any.
I regret it, obviously. Yeah, I think he literally mentioned that 2 or 3 times in this episode. So if we're sending him into the TVA, which he will have like whatever resources he wants,
Right. And he's
he
going
can
to see
he can use a tempad
Tempad.
to go wherever he wants and get
Tampons,
whatever he
tampads.
wants.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be a real quick hop, skip, and a jump to sweet stuttering Victor Timely to I am all powerful,
spookies.
the all powerful Wizard of Oz.
Well, yeah,
Very
and he's gonna go to the TVA and he's gonna see like this giant statue of himself. You know what I mean? Like, he's
And
like,
the loom fully realized.
yes, unlimited power. Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna take too long, to be honest.
That could go to your head, probably. Yeah.
Okay, so in his workshop
Yeah.
that we go to towards the end of the episode,
Yes,
The
across
mannequin
the
one.
lake.
and he holds up that little orb.
Yeah. What did he call that thing again?
Oh, right, the time thing. He's like, this is the thing that I
This is
created that is like.
my most cherished creation or something. What did he
It
call that?
reminded me of the ship he ends up trying to fly around in
Yeah,
Quantumania.
absolutely.
Like it looks like
Oh,
a miniature
yeah.
version of
And it even opened the same way.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if either of you, if that
I
that
didn't pick
crossed
up
your
on that
mind.
at all, but that is absolutely.
And then I looked on the internet immediately after. Maybe it was too soon, and nobody had
Nobody had
mentioned that. But I feel like
Those fools.
I feel like it's out there now. But
Yeah, that would make sense to
a
me.
nod to what he's able to do in the future. And if you don't know what we're talking about, if in Quantumania, Kang is trying to repair this vehicle that allows him to travel between
Everywhere.
universes. And
All right, so I've got this article up here. This is on a website called SK Pop.
uh-oh.
So take it with a couple of grains of salt here. This looks
Sounds
like
reputable.
more of like a, I don't know how credible it is, but he calls it the throughput multiplier. Okay, so that much we do know.
Throughput
Okay, so I guess
multiplier.
I missed what he actually called it.
Yeah, the throughput multiplier. The most plausible artifacts that this device timely created may have been referring to could be Kang's time sphere or the multiversal engine core, which further tied the comic history of Kang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That checks out. But what's interesting about this Kang is that, like, he's kind of a
Ooh.
phony.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's
Snake
like
oil
a
salesman.
snake oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, he's
Also,
stealing somebody
back
else's-
to the
It's not really his. I mean, yes, it is his, but it's not his. Like,
back to the throughput multiplier real quick before we move on.
steer too far away.
This is kind of interesting. A
I'm
really
so-
famous Avengers line
oh,
in
from
the
the movies
late
or the?
comics.
Oh,
From
the
the
comics.
line of comics.
Ah.
Was a plot in 1969 where Kang uses this sphere to call upon the Avengers in the far, far future to assist him in obtaining the ultimate prize, the capacity to resurrect his love for Ravonna Renslayer.
Ooh, cool.
Well, and that's a great point, because I think we, even as far back as season 1, we were discussing whether the Kang Ravonna relationship from the comics was going to be explored, and I wonder if what Miss Minutes is hinting at the end of this episode when she says, "I got a secret on you, and I'll tell you, but it's gonna make you real mad." So what do we think that is?
I think that because I think that there was, my guess about that is that they were working side by side at one point, and then she got pushed out by him, and somehow kind of like took that memory away from her, so she doesn't like remember or know somehow. Either that or like, like there was a Ravonna the Renslayer. There was a Renslayer before her that maybe got like offed by him, and like she was like a more subservient like replacement.
Could
yeah,
be.
I wonder if
I
there's
need to do some more. I need to do some more comic research for sure.
I wonder if there's some backstory that kind of makes her a Sylvie-like character in that
Mm-hmm.
nothing is as you were told, or more
Or, like-
likely, there's something about her past that, as you just said, Daniel, has been hidden from her that just makes
She's
everything
actually
a giant
a horse.
lie
The whole time.
the whole time.
The whole
She's
time.
been a
The whole
horse this
time?
whole time.
A horse of a different color. I'm just
She
quoting
says,
Wizard of Oz a lot.
Yeah, you really are, and you need to stop it.
Well, it was a very
can't.
Wizard of Ozzy kind of episode.
Well, it is always like, I mean, we talked about this last season, like, you know,
Yeah.
the timekeepers and
yeah.
stuff. It's like it's all very great and powerful Aussie.
Also,
Yes.
they made no effort to conceal that in the World Fair,
Yeah, also
just
that.
all of the Kang references to other Kangs, Rama Tut in the Egyptian section, and then even going into his workshop. This one I didn't pick up because I was watching it on my iPad, so I didn't really get a good look at his workshop. But some eagle-eyed people on the internet noticed
Eagles are watching this?
some sort of Asian language markings on the walls of his laboratory.
Did they
And
translate
then
it?
the Shang-Chi connection started to bubble a little bit because there's already been some theories out there that the rings have something to do with Kang.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And-
It was pretty clear at the end of Shang-Chi, you know, that when we had the post-credit scene? Yeah, post-credit scene.
Yeah.
And they all got together like, oh, it's
There was a
sending a
beacon.
signal somewhere. Yeah. And, like, it felt pretty clear that that's what, at least, I mean, once we saw Quantum Mania, I was like, oh, this must be what it was. Which made me so confused as to why Shang-Chi, like, was nowhere to be found, or any of the other characters for that matter. But,
Right.
I guess we'll see soon enough, hopefully.
I loved the section where we saw the wood carved Norse statues
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Norse pavilion. That was fun. That's been the first mention of Odin in these like Disney Plus entities.
Oh, is that true? Oh, wow. Yeah, and,
And Balder.
and Balder.
And Balder,
right.
yeah,
Who was
Balder the
supposed to be
Brave.
played by Daniel Craig in.
Yes, that is
Oh, I
the
had heard that.
Was it Multiverse of Madness? He was supposed
Yes.
to show up as Balder.
Yes.
yeah.
there
So
was- there
if
was
you
an
don't know
interview with him,
who,
and he's just like,
if
"I
you
don't
don't
know what
know
you're
who
talking about."
Balder is, he's another half brother of Thor, and yeah, he's in the comics a whole
Brother
lot.
from another mother. Odin banged a lot of ladies, apparently.
Well, you know how those Norse gods are.
Whoopsies. Yeah, and I think that I wonder if that is a hint that we might be getting him later on somewhere. No, maybe not in this. I don't
Yeah,
think in
could
this
be.
show, but
And I just really appreciated that they still, like Loki still couldn't even control himself, being like, Thor's not that tall.
yeah.
Like he couldn't possibly let it pass. But yeah,
It
Balder
is-
Balder the Brave has not been brought up in the MCU.
Ever really?
No.
Yeah. So very interesting. It's just like, wait, he has a brother, and it's like, and Loki like acts like he knows. It's not like it's a branched timeline where like
Yeah,
this
he
is
knows
the
him.
only, yeah, he knows him. So
Yeah.
it's weird that he just never showed up in any of the other films. You know, they're just gonna like, which I hopefully won't be annoying because there is something about that. Like I don't know if y'all watched Lost or anything, but
I did. Yes.
I did.
you did. There's a really like famously like annoying episode with these two new characters. I mean, nothing against them. They're fine actors but
I
they're
just
like
hated them.
I hate them with
They're
hate them
fine,
as
but I hate them.
But they're good actors. I hate them as people.
No, it's not their fault. They wrote in these two characters that allegedly had been on the island the whole time.
Yes, I
and
remember
then
this.
they died at the end of the episode because of these stupid spiders, and then got buried alive. And it's just like, oh, come on, guys! Like,
Why?
we know they weren't there the whole time.
Right.
Just in the background, we're just out of shot. We just didn't want to be on camera this whole time. It's just so silly. So I hope they're able to, like, cleverly say, as if like he's just been, oh, he was just in the kitchen eating during this scene. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Well, that was
I
like
digress.
it's not the same, but it reminds me of people who are trying to shove Captain Rex into the Battle of Endor by saying the guy with the white beard was Rex,
Yes.
even though
It's not.
probably
It's
not.
not, guys.
It's not.
It's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay. Not everything has to be
Connected.
tied in like that. Okay.
Yeah. But it's fun to try. Yeah, so but I digress. Because I doubt we're gonna see him in this show. Although that would be interesting. We haven't really gotten there. Am I crazy? Like, we haven't had. I mean, there hasn't been any other Avengers characters that have popped up in the show yet, right? Not in this season, obviously, but in last season. Am I remembering that right?
No, just variants of Loki.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, it would be interesting, but I don't see the show as needing one, But it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I keep wondering if we'd see a variant of Odin or Thor. I mean,
Thor.
going back to last year,
Yeah.
Totally.
at some point. But
again, it's what's weird about it is that we're, well, I mean, we haven't really explored this yet because, like, at least in the first season, it was more about like time differences. It wasn't about like branched timelines and like the multiverse. So now we're getting more into multiversal things. So, like, I guess there is a world where he could potentially go to a different like timeline and see
Right.
his dad again, like in a timeline where his dad didn't
I
die
think
or something. I don't know.
I don't know. This is speculation on my part, but like I feel like if we are going to see those variants, it's going to be Kang using them against Loki.
yeah,
Oh,
Because, like
messing with his head,
for
kind of.
for like emotional manipulation,
Sure.
particularly like his mother. Like
Yeah.
Frigga is like a total soft spot for Loki.
Well, it's
He has
interesting to
he
say
has
that.
complicated feelings for his dad and brother
Yes,
as well.
Right.
But like
right.
but yeah,
But he loves
his love for
them.
his mom is very
Undying.
real and tangible, and anytime she's brought up, he
talk about my mama.
Yeah.
he changes physically. It doesn't help that like
Get
theme
your
comes
mom's
in. It's very
name out my
beautiful
fucking
and-
mouth. He.
You have the amazing ability, Daniel, to like take any like sweet, like sincere moment and do things like that.
crush all that is pure and good.
Yeah, I'm like trying to talk about his like sweet mom.
No, it
And
is
then that-
sweet. But I am thinking about that scene where he literally he like almost undid that man like after
Yeah.
he like was like talking about his mom, and
Yeah.
it was a very spooky moment. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That is a to put it lightly, a very soft spot for him.
And I feel like this
soft and
Loki that
sore.
we've spent the most time with, this like sacred timeline Loki, he has softened a lot, and
Yeah.
working with Mobius and allowing himself to like somewhat have feelings for Sylvie, like we're seeing a very different version of him. Like he is evolved.
I do miss some of the sinister.
You missed the other, yeah. Well,
Me too.
we
And I think
did get, at least we got to see that in episode 2
Yeah, episode
when
two,
he was
right? But
up it.
they're good cop, bad cop act. But
Right. But it's an act. At least we're led to believe. Maybe there's a little
Yeah.
bit left in him.
Yeah,
where
I
he's,
wonder.
Like, kind of enjoying
I wonder
it,
if
but-
there's still room for the development you mentioned, Alyssa, but also for him to.
go back to more of his mischief.
Well,
stuff.
and I don't know, to use it ultimately for good, but
Oh, I think that's absolutely coming.
But something where he's just doing it to benefit himself.
Yeah.
Because he went from being kind of this like it's about me, because like he has like, even though he's, well, I don't know, is he the middle child? Is Balder like, yeah, Thor is the oldest child, right?
I don't know where Balder falls in there.
Yeah, me neither. But he does feel like he's got the middle child syndrome. He's like, what about me? And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go on a campaign. Like, I'm gonna go on a me campaign, and I'm gonna do everything for me. Yeah, it would be interesting. Maybe there is that still exists in him. I don't know. Yeah, what would take him there? Because he's done so much soul searching, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would make him revert back? I don't know. Hard to say. I was just gonna say, and I don't want to get in the weeds too much, but my mind hurts thinking about, like, he came from the sacred timeline, but technically, because whatever happened to him, like getting the what do you call it, the Tesseract, in that moment was not supposed to happen.
Right.
So
Yeah.
at that point, it was he is technically a branch. All of a sudden, he's like at that moment in time, that one sliver of moment, he becomes a branch timeline Loki.
Yes.
So the one that we have now in this show is a branched Loki.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so technically, the sacred timeline Loki continues on,
but he wasn't.
and then
But he's not
and
been
then
working.
dies in Endgame.
Yes, but he's not been working like a normal branched person because
What?
he was taken directly to the TVA.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he was like continuing to live on a branch, then that would be different.
Right.
So yeah, technically this is our Loki from the sacred timeline directly after the Tesseract suitcase debacle.
Fiasco. Right. But so, yeah. So I guess it would be really interesting to see this visualized somehow. I don't know how they do it. I think there's not really a good artistic way to show this, but like showing the infinite amount of choices that could have happened in that one moment, and like and showing the sacred timeline like version of Loki going on while all the other ones disperse. You know?
Oh gosh.
Do you know what I
don't know.
mean?
That sounds very complicated, Dan.
Yeah, it is. But that's what's happening in my brain right now, and it's
Yeah,
turning
well,
my,
I think that
I
that a
smell
good-
toast.
That a good explanation of that is that episode of What If with Doctor
Oh,
Strange,
Yeah,
where it does
totally.
show him trying to redo that one moment
over and over and over and over
over
again.
and over and over again, and no matter what, the same outcome happens.
No matter what you say, I'm by your side. That's the song that everybody fast forwards through. If I was watching the show, I wish that I could fast
You
forward
wish
through.
that you could beep, beep, beep.
Get on with it! I don't care what show you were in the 60s. I don't care.
None of us
true.
know who you are now.
God rest his soul. We loved him. He was amazing. But I didn't need that song.
But we hate that
Thanks.
song. Thanks.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
And daughter
I guess-
two. Gross. I hate it.
Well, any other thoughts about this?
I have numerous.
Oh, well, you
not
better
gonna
get
say
to
them,
it
though.
because
I'm
we've
just
been
gonna keep
talking
them
for an
all
hour.
myself.
So you better.
Oh my God, where did the
Get to
time
it.
go? How did this
Yeah,
happen?
so if you have other things,
Into the
say
past.
Into the thick of it.
I don't think so. I have more questions than answers at
then
this
yeah,
point.
sure.
So if you
Kinda.
tuned in listening for concrete answers, I don't know why you
I don't know why you're
sorry.
here.
have them.
We've never offered that to you.
I
Maybe
never
this
promised that.
this offers you
Actually,
solace.
I think I've promised that in every description I've ever
Yeah.
written for this
You're-
podcast.
Yeah,
And I
you're
have to
you're
say,
not
most
gonna.
of the time we're near the mark. I just don't. I'm not even sure I know what questions to ask at this point, other than what we've already asked, which is what's up with Ravonna and Miss Minutes. What is their end game there? And further,
Yeah, what's the secret? What's that
right.
spooky secret?
What is the secret?
That sounds like it's a hugely pivotal thing. We're already halfway through the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
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 I'm curious what you guys think about Miss Minutes. Maybe I'm getting a little too technical, and it doesn't really matter. But potentially, if she is a villain and she ends up needing to be like dismantled somehow, like, how does she have like a mainframe somewhere? Like, is she? You know what I mean? Like, where does she exist? How does she exist?
I mean, there is that little booper that she's able to get sucked into because they did that to her in this episode.
Totally.
So I don't know.
knows.
It seems
like
like
you just
it
stomp on that and then she's dead.
maybe, but I kind of like the idea of her never like totally dying.
Yeah, like what's his face?
And somehow like in like 10
German
years
guy.
or something in Marvel somebody like finds that little booper
Yeah.
and she like comes out and she's like, I love you. She does that again.
Love you.
Oh, damn it.
It's so scary, but also sad all at the same time.
Yeah, whatever. She's
Unrequited
not
love.
real. She's artificial.
Yeah.
I don't feel for her.
We've done this with AI before.
Nah.
Like, don't ever give her a body; you will regret it.
No.
Yikes. Yikes.
Maybe she
But,
and Ultron can
that's
have
an interesting.
some sort of thing.
Oh, hey.
Do we feel like we're? Do you feel like she's ever gonna get that?
Get a body?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hope not. I don't know. Maybe.
Do we feel like Miss Minutes might also be an AI download of an old Renslayer?
Oh, that's heady. I hadn't thought of that.
Wait, she's an AI
She's-
download of an
she's
old
a-
Renslayer.
Like the
Yeah, like-
consciousness of
Like
a version
kind of like the
of
idea.
Ravonna.
Like Victor Timely, or not, or, sorry, like the
Kang.
maybe He Who Remains. He was just like in love with Renslayer. It was just like, and she was gonna die or died or whatever. And he's like, I need a contingency plan so that I always have her by my side, kind of thing. Or I need a more subservient version of her, so I'm gonna make her
I
an
can
AI
control.
and then
I
kill-
have like something that I can turn her on and off.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose. I guess
mean,
anything's
Miss Minutes
possible.
is definitely, even if it's not that, which I never crossed my mind. It's his way around of I don't have a partner, but in this
Yeah.
case, I have somebody to help me that I have complete control over.
Right. I can press the
Master
pause
manipulator.
button. Master of the house.
Well,
Wow.
Sonardier, anything else?
Count of the philosopher. I know that there's so many. This show really does make my head spin. We haven't talked about OB at all in this episode yet. I mean, he didn't really show up.
He didn't
much.
have a ton of new content in this. He was still kind
New
of just like,
stuff.
we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Yep, we're still. Yeah, we're still all gonna die. That was his
Yeah.
part in this episode.
Right.
That line twice.
So inevitably, well, actually, I am curious to hear Dino's take on this. So in the was it the second episode? I think, or maybe it was the end of the first episode. It was in the first episode because before it was still while Loki was time slipping. He goes to seemingly what feels like it's going to be like the last episode of the show. You know, where we see
With
Sylvie...
the TVA crumbling and Sylvie through the elevator.
Yes. And then he gets pruned by somebody? Question mark. Do you have any idea who you think that is?
No, I didn't either. My answer to that was no. There are so many.
So many possibilities.
I mean, could it?
But it's interesting that they didn't show the person because I think that's going to be like the big like, oh, what? Holy! It's Alligator Loki for sure.
Victor Timely.
Could be. Yeah, it's either I would say it's probably somebody we've already seen already. So yeah, either Victor.
Yeah, no. I'd like time with that question. I don't know. I like. Of course, I wondered at that episode, but it's kind of been out of sight, out of mind for me. So I don't.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Musical. You're not allowed to reference it. It's not a
I'm
musical.
so sorry. At least not yet. I think like they've made a musical for every other person. Why not?
And she just moved to New York City, so
Oh my God. Well,
it's coming.
here it comes. Mark my words. There's a Britney Spears musical that's gonna be a Kelly Clarkson one.
What if it was
The-
called Once Upon a One More
Clarkson.
Time, One More Time, One More Time, One More Time? Kelly Clarkson! Exclamation point.
Kelly Clarkson question mark?
And there'll be a Katy Perry one. Once upon a, you're a firework.
Please don't do this to us, stop it, please.
No, but hear me out.
Kelly's
What if
music could be cool, but
Hear me
not
out. What if
Katie's.
we explore fairy tales through the music of Avril Lavigne?
Oh boy. Oh
I'm in.
boy. Oh boy.
I'm in. You didn't have to say anything else. I'm in.
Listen, somebody is producing it.
We take the characters you think you know,
Yeah.
and we give them the songs.
Once
gonna
upon a
love
one
that.
more time, it's a damn cold night.
Ew.
Once upon a jagged little pill.
Yeah. Seen it. Seen it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well.
I'm trying to not forget. I guess my point is I'm trying not to forget that first moment because I think it was very important, and we're gonna come back
sure,
to it. And
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have another. I don't have another guess. I mean, it could be Victor.
But
It could be
Renslayer.
Renslayer. It could be.
Or maybe Miss Minutes has got a body now.
Mm-hmm. Could be Balder.
Yeah.
Another
You're
Loki.
right. Another Loki. Yeah.
Anything you say at this moment could, I would say, sure.
Sure.
But
yeah, that's interesting too, because the time slip, in the time slipping situation in the TVA, which I don't think we got an explanation of that. Is there only one Loki? Like, could Loki
that's him
go
being
back?
pulled around.
Yeah, like could Loki go back in time and see himself, like, or
I don't think so.
no?
I don't
There's
think so
only
because
one
that
Loki
scene with
slipping.
OB, you know, the scene with OB where he like slips back and like gives him
Yes.
the information, and then in the future,
Right.
he's like, "Wait, I guess I do know about
I
this."
guess
that
I do know that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Loki's gone in that
Right.
moment. It's just Mobius.
You're absolutely right.
So it's just the one Loki time slipping.
Yeah, which is interesting. So that it wouldn't. So then it probably wouldn't be Loki then.
There could be a variant.
A variant. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alligator Loki.
It's,
I don't know.
It is
Anyways.
Mephisto slash.
Oh, it's definitely Mephisto. We haven't brought up Mephisto in all our
In
other
a
Marvel
second.
things.
I mean, we all allegedly he's coming. I mean,
We
right?
should
Was
have
that
brought
that
him
was
up.
confirmed?
We should have brought him up more in Secret Invasion. That would have lightened
know.
our spirits.
Yeah, probably.
Alyssa, Daniel, Dino, talking nerd stuff, come along. Inside the Tauntaun podcast, please like and subscribe.